White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London, stand strong. In the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder. To the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise. Eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes. Glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. From the lane to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
That is a banging intro and a great singing as well from Mystery Man. Look at him bopping away.
I was singing it. I was singing along with it in background.
Yeah, so was I actually, but you actually did. Colin actually did do that. Is Colin singing, by the way? That is
Very
Colin
edited.
singing.
Very edited.
That is Colin singing with Robbie Williams and Barbara
Oh, I wish.
Streisand and Tom Jones and Elvis Presley all in the same room together.
I wish. Actually, my claim to fame is I've actually sang with Jonesy Boy.
Have you really?
I have, yes.
What did you sing?
I was doing a security event and I was doing his change room and he was singing and I just kind of like got into the groove of it and I sang a little bit of Sex Bomb with him. So,
Oh, fair play. To you.
Did you know
This is true story, all right? And I only saw this when he was on one of these shows, Tom Jones, that he was taking a shower and Elvis Presley gave him a song while he was in the shower.
Only Elvis Presley would do that.
Yeah. Look, I'm a big Elvis Presley fan. Shoot me down. I think the man's cool. I think the man is right. His myth is his myth, but I think he's a cool fucker. I mean that man. I mean, he'd go out and buy you a Cadillac just if you see you walking down the street. Well, buy that man a Cadillac.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that now?
Nobody.
No, he actually bought a woman a new electric wheelchair. He was going down the road and he saw this woman and her electric wheelchair broke down. He literally found out who she was, where she lived, and bought a $10,000 a new electric air. You wouldn't get stars like that doing that today.
Oh, no. We don't get anybody like that today.
No, you don't even get Bruno Fernandes doing that. I mean, all he does is moan anyway. He wasn't only United. But hello, welcome to THFC Till I Die. Welcome to the Full-Time Sports Network. Welcome to MUFC Spotlight. And welcome to us on X. Hello, X world. In our Musk world. Hello, everyone on X. Yes, I am going to vote for in the American election for Colin. That's who I'm voting for. Colin for president of the United States.
Don't think I'm gonna have very well.
Apparently, you get £1 million for every time you say vote for Colin. So Musk, you owe me and Colin £1 million each.
Vote for Colin, vote for Colin, vote for Colin, vote for Colin. I can keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry about last night, lads. My mic decided to die, and I had to have a night of, well, I had to mourn for the evening. more or less, Mrs. Tron looked at me and said, "Why are you acting like such an idiot? It's only a microphone." But the microphone meant a lot. I had it for a year. So that's why there was no show. But we are back tonight. Of course, joining me, of course, is Colin. Of course, one of the biggest Man United fans YouTube channels on YouTube. Of course, everything Man United does through here. He's bigger than the United stand. He's bigger than he's bigger than that Norwich City fan, Nottingham Forest fan. He's bigger than him. He is the one. He is the one and only. Colin Sex Bomb Man United. The Irish superstar. How are you, Colin, this evening? See, I give you all that praise.
Oh, I know. Wow, got something to live up to. Yeah, no, I'm good. I wish I was as big as the United stand. That'd be fantastic. But no, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm happy to be back. I know I've had a bit of a hiatus, but yeah, I'm glad to be back one with you. Yeah, we all have to be fair.
And also, in all serious, Stig Senior is actually in hospital this evening. He pulled a hamstring trying to go around the corner in 100 miles an hour. But if you're watching Stig Senior, we wish you a speedy recovery, sir, and we look forward to your back. Well, some say he's not in hospital; he's in America, running as Donald Trump for the U.S. presidency. And some also say he could be the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. All we know is called Tottenham Stig. So there you go, Stiggy. We don't know. And also, Junior Stig is somewhere trying to... I just get him into trouble every time I say anything about him. He's trying to sort out his tax returns. Before the budget. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Let's talk about Colin quickly about our channel sponsor, the best sponsor around. The video because you haven't got it for so long, and you're probably
very rusty, very rusty. Where's the video gone?
We are still sponsored by Wraith Energy. One of our official partners, so do use the code THFCTILDIE for your 10% off everything Wraith if you can. I keep forgetting to say to them, but there you go. But this is, let me take him off and let me put, where has it gone there? Where have you gone?
I've got it. It's here.
And put him on.
So this is private internet access. You can get your VPN from that link there that Demo's put in. So basically, private internet access is a VPN. It stops all these other things like hackers, governments, and corporations from getting all of your data by streamlining all of your things, passwords, bank details, everything from you to the internet, and then that is it. It doesn't go anywhere else. It is compatible with phones as well, and it is very, very easy to use. You just simply click where you want to be, click your button, and buff, you are connected. So obviously you get some restrictions depending where you are as well. So if you want to watch something, say, I don't know, on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, that's not being televised in the UK, you can switch your location over to America where it might be shown, and then you can watch it there. It is compatible with all of your devices as well, so smart TVs, tablets, Macs, etc., and it is unlimited amount of devices as well. They do cover the world, so you have worldwide access. It's very, very good to use. So basically what it does is it just masks your IP address, and they don't actually keep any of your audits at all. They've got 30 million satisfied customers, and they have a massive 4.5 trust pilot score. It's a fantastic offer. They're a fantastic company. I have one myself. I use it all of the time. There was a certain a certain program that I wanted to watch the other day, which wasn't televised in the UK. Switched on my VPN, sent myself somewhere else, and I got to watch it. It's fantastic, and it's an amazing price as well. You're getting a really good deal. Demo, do you want to tell us how much it is?
It is €43 plus VAT for 2 years, and then you get 4 months free at the goodness of their own heart. So I'm going to get it. I haven't got it yet, and that's a crime. And I know Colin's going to beat me up in the studio afterwards and say, "You dumbass, you should have got it already." But yeah, do. I mean, I want to watch the Grand Prix in Brazil. maybe I want to watch it on Brazilian time this weekend. So I'll get the VPN and I could be in Sao Paulo, summing up with Max Verstappen and Lando Norris as they go around the corner, banging wheels. I could be sitting on the grid. Who knows? But do get it. €43 is a good price. It really is. It's the cheapest on the market. Let's see who's in tonight as well. Big up to DJ Samuel. Big up DJ. Do pick up your memberships as well, guys, and also send in our super chat and also super sticker. It does help us along as we reach 2K. Big up to Matty Bassett as well. Big up. He says Volkag has gone violently. I know Colin was so happy he danced a jig. It was that good. He actually rang up looking for Fatley to bring back Riverdance. If anyone's old enough to remember Riverdance, I am. And that shows how old I am. I'm also said Amara ball in. We've got Jared O'Connor. He always thinks if and big up. Criminals.
What was that? The death stare.
Mrs. Tron gave me the death stare, just give me shivers right down my spine.
Not surprised.
Like she just gave me the death stare. Went, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. Criminal said Ten Hag getting a sack after what he's done for Man United. I will let Colin. Do you want to give Gerard? Do you want to respond to that? Because I mean, looks like Gerard liked a bit of Ten Hag.
No, Gerard knows what Gerard's doing. Whenever anybody played Man United under Ten Hag, it was an easy 3 points, and everybody now realizes it's not going to be that now. So I see your game, Gerard. I see your game.
Yeah, but we went up there 3-0 this season already. How good was that?
Yeah, but what trophies have you won? I'll keep coming back to this. Cup, actual trophies. Come on.
Look, I've got them with me. I've got them in with me now. We've got cup. We've got 2 UEFA Cups. We've got 8 FA Cups. We've got 2 League Championships.
I can see a lot of dust on them.
Yeah, I forgot to dust them today. And we've got 4 League Cups. I think 4. 71, 72, 99. Yeah, we've got 4, yeah.
What about last 2 years?
The Audi Cup, and we are World Club champions in pre-season.
Yes.
What's the yes for?
Pre-season champions.
Here is a man that's won a lot more than all of us put together. Big up Chris. Liverpool, the mightiest team of Merseyside. You know, they've done a lot. They've done a lot when Man United were crying into their nappies. I remember Riverdance. That makes me old. Yeah, it does. I remember that coming Eurovision. That was the times when Ireland just kept winning Eurovision Song Contest. We actually got to a point where we didn't want to win it because we couldn't afford to bloody host the damn thing. We can't even. I think we reached the final last year. It was the first time we ever reached the main final for a long time. Anyway, that's what I mean. He was a winner. 2 pots.
Yeah, he won 2 trophies. So I won't take anything away from Ten Hag for winning those 2 trophies, but I've had this conversation with you, Dermo. He's not a league. Yeah. He can't do it in a league format when it's a tough league. Right? That's been proven.
Yeah, he's not. And look, I feel sorry for Ten Hag because I felt he should have went in the summer, to be fair. He should have gone in the summer, and he would have went out a winner, and he would have went out with a little bit of dignity, I think, and a little bit more respect. But I think he would have gone out. But I think United as a whole have handled this so badly. It's unreal how badly they've handled it. They've undermined him from the start of the season. They were looking for a replacement for him already in the summer. So, why not just get rid of him then, put an interim manager in charge, and then bring in the man when they're ready? He was a dead man walking from the beginning of the season. I just do not get United how they've done this, and it doesn't plain good on Sir Jim Ratcliffe. It doesn't look good on the Glazers as well.
How does it not look good on Sir Jim? They gave him the time to turn things around. So yes, they spoke to other people, but I know for a fact when things were rocky under Ange Postecoglou, Daniel Levy was speaking to other people. I know for a fact it's what happens in football. It's just what
Who's he
happens.
speaking to then?
I can't. He's not speaking to him now, but I'm saying when things were rocky, he was
Yeah.
speaking to other people, and one of them was this man here.
So Ten Hag was hanging on. I like Chris versions. I don't mind the odd Rocky film.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the players have 100% threw Ten Hag under the bus, 100%. But
Well, Lee, yeah, I get what you're saying, Colin. I do get it.
Sir
Right?
Jim has stuck by him. You know, he could have got rid of him, but he was like, "No, we'll try and give you this chance because we've got this whole team now. We've got everybody that you need." And to be fair, he's given Erik Ten Hag the players Erik Ten Hag wanted, and it still hasn't worked.
But
so,
do you feel though United have been a little bit? They've treated them badly a little bit. Maybe the Glazers have them. Maybe Ten Hag.
Well,
maybe.
I think it's 50-50 to be fair, because Ten Hag's treated some Man United players badly. The way he dealt with David De Gea was shocking. The way he dealt with Cristiano Ronaldo was shocking. You know, the way he publicly humiliated Harry Maguire and stripping his captaincy off of him publicly was embarrassing.
The way
50-50.
he Sancho as well.
Yes, Jadon Sancho. Even that was all over. He hasn't said sorry.
It is. I mean, look, Ten Hag. He's no Alex Ferguson, but I feel you as a club have lost your way since Fergie retires, and now they've got rid of Fergie completely now from the ambassador role. You're going to have no link with Fergie. Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's a good thing for Manchester United moving forward, that they've cut the links to the past? It's now what happens between now and the future under this new manager.
I think that this cutting the links with the past should have happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, even though Sir Alex isn't anywhere near the club anymore, it's still going to be, well, Sir Alex did this, Sir Alex did that. We need to look. We're not the team from the 90s or the early 2000s. We're completely different. Manchester United fans, and I'm one of the first people to say this, we need to understand we are shit. That's what we are. We are shit. We are a mid-table team.
I could have told you that.
But that's where we are. We're a mid-table team. We're a cup team.
Yeah, you are.
We're a cup team. United fans need to say that. We need to wake up and smell the coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I've said it before, and I say it again. You were where we were 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Conte, Mourinho, and Nuno. I mean, I think if you look at that, I think Ten Hag is probably your Nuno appointment. I think this man coming in is probably your Ange Postecoglou appointment.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, you look at the players. I mean, look, let's get into it, because there is some numbers and facts actually to this, to the appointment. Of course, Ten Hag. We'll get back to the comments in a minute, guys. Just want to get this out of the way. Erik Ten Hag by Man United was out of 2.5 years, 14th in the Premier League. That's his record there. 3 managers on a month. I mean, fair play to him for that. An AFL Cup, runners up in the FA Cup, then won the FA Cup in 23-24. I think, what's his name? Tommy Doherty did that with Man United back in the 70s. They lost to Southampton, was it? Or they lost to they lost to Southampton and then they beat Liverpool the following year, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, that's correct.
Look, some of these stats I found on Ten Hag is just mind-boggling, right? Spent over 600 million in transfers fees during his tenure. The sacking of Ten Hag is set to cost United in the region of 13.5 million. With 70 wins from 128 games in charge, Ten Hag's 54.7% win record is actually the second best of any United manager since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. But Colin, the Dutchman's loss, 27.3, is the third worst under either David Moyes or Ralph Rangnick. So where do you think it went wrong for him? Do you think it was that last bit? So as his side struggles to turn defeats into draws, just 23 or 18% ended all square. Do you think that's the problem with him at United?
I think it's one of the issues that he's got. Again, like I said, it's in knockout games, like one-off games, knockout games. Ten Hag is a genius. He does things, such as last season when he brought on Ahmad and he ended up winning us the game against Liverpool and stuff like that. It's genius, but for some reason he can't do what he does in cup games in the league. And I don't understand why. And some of his tactics and the way he sets up teams as well, it's so confusing. Like, we bought Mazraoui this season, who's a right back, and he ends up playing him at central attacking midfield. Why? I just don't get it. Honestly, I don't.
No. I mean, some of these numbers here, Colin, you can go through them if you want, man, but some of them here are just, they rarely are. Shows why United are where you say you're a mid-table team. I mean, look.
Yeah, well, that top one, that top line there is why Ten Hag has gone. It's got nothing to do with the two previous seasons. It's the fact that we've won 4 out of our first 14 games. That's relegation form. That alone is the reason why he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, after 9 games of the Premier League season 11, 2019, only Crystal Palace, Southampton, 6 have scored fewer Premier League goals than United's 8. Man United have the biggest difference between expected goals and goals scored in the competition. They should have scored 6 or 7 more than they have. I don't get this X goals. So, do you want to explain that quickly for the non people that that last stat?
Expected goals, or XG, is just what they're expected to actually score. So when you see a game, I don't know, let's use Spurs and Palace, for instance. It's just the first 2 that came to my head. But I'm not going to use that game as the thing. I'm just going to use the 2 teams. So Spurs' XG, so their expected goals for the first half, maybe, I don't know, 1.25. Yeah. So they're expected to score at least 1 goal in the first half. Whereas, if it's 0, then they're not expected to score any. We've just basically not scored as many as what we should do.
Yeah, it is shocking. Big up to Evan coming in. I will get to you in a minute. This is mind-boggling. Money spent since Ten Hag to charge Chelsea 1.3 billion. I'm still shocked they got a football club there. Man United 616.8 million. Now, this shocked me. Tottenham have spent money. Tottenham have spent nearly 560 million. Arsenal, we spent more than what Arsenal spent in the time Ten Hag's been at Man United. And West Ham, really, I just couldn't give a shit about West Ham. I thought just put West Ham there and just couldn't be shit what they spent. So that's it. And then, of course, we go into the Premier League, which we will get to in a minute because there were some cracking games. But have you got the latest on that Man United managing situation? Is it now sorted? Is it now signed, sealed, and delivered?
So Ruben Amorim has given the green light to go and take over at Manchester United. He has informed Sporting Lisbon of his decision as well. So that pretty much is a deal done. We're just literally waiting for the official announcement. And Manchester United are also now talking with Sporting and Amorim about bringing his backroom staff along with him, which will probably see the exiting of Ruud van Nistelrooy and co from the club as well.
Ooh. And he's just joined the club as well, Van Nistelrooy. Left his job. He won't be impressed.
Well, it's a risk in football, Like, if a manager doesn't do very well and, the team isn't performing, then, it should be down to the manager and the coaches. You can't get rid of one and not the others, I suppose.
It is true. Gerard's quick thing about chat. Gerard says criminal to see Ten Hag getting the sack after what he done for Man United. I can see a bit of a rivalry starting up between Gerard and Colin, but we'll take it steady. Chris, big up lads. Hope you're well. We've done that. We've done that actually. Will Levy keep his strike shit if we lose the next 3 games? Look, we're not going to lose the next 3 games. We're going to beat Man City. We're going to draw against Aston Villa, and we're going to totally crap our pants against Galatasaray. So we're going to win 1 out of the next 3, at least. So Ange be right. I mean, going away to Galatasaray. I mean, that is. I saw the home fans for that last home game. I mean, they're fucking mental. I mean, it looked like the whole stadium was on fire.
Yeah, they're crazy. Like it's a horrible ground to go to.
Yeah,
the Galatasaray ground is awful to go to. Thankfully I've never been there. But I've got a friend who has been, and he's actually a Leeds United fan. So this is going back, quite a bit. Yeah, and he said he's never felt so scared in his life. And this lad is like 6'4", and has to turn sideways to walk through doors. Is that big?
Oh, Jesus. Couple of years, Man United were playing in the Championship on a cold, rainy Tuesday night in Stoke.
No, that's supposed to say Manchester City.
Yeah, probably is Man City. They will be playing in the Conference League. He was dumped under the bus. Gerard thinks Ten Hag was treated harshly. I don't think he was. 4 wins out of 14 games, you deserve to sack. If that was Ange, won 4 games out of 14 games, I expect Levy to sack Ange. So that's football. Ten Hag was hanging on like Rocky Balboa versus Ivan Drago. But we all know who won that. Rocky did. He beat the big man. I love the bit when he gets cut and he goes back to the corner and trying to go, he's not a machine, he's not a machine, he's a man, he's a man. And I'm sitting there going like little Dermatron, right, about 10 or 11 go, but he is a man, well, he's not a machine. What's he on about? Fucking idiot.
Little Dermo taking it literally.
Yeah, literally, yeah. We actually watched it at school. Like our history teacher put all the Rocky films on one day for us. It was so great. My schooling, when I was at school, it was cool. We didn't do any learning. We just watched Rocky. He was the sacrificial lamb. Do you want to respond to that?
Who was a sacrificial lamb? I think is the first.
I think Ten Hag, Ronaldo.
I know Ronaldo was, but the way he handled it was just bad. I mean, Ronaldo shouldn't have done the interview in the first place. I'm not going to say Ronaldo's, angel halo isn't dirty, but the way it got handled, it was a complete mess.
Yeah, it was. And Jared says Nuno is doing better than Ange.
I mean,
right. You've never heard me speeches before.
No.
That's the first time. Big up simply as a Spurs fan, I would prefer Man United's position than ours at least. Look, I do get that. I do understand that. They're winning cups, and that's something we got to do this season. That's something we've got to do, and tomorrow's so important, guys. I'm Ten Hag trying to confuse the position with so many different tactics.
Ten Hag confused his own players with all these tactics.
It didn't work against us. We stuffed you 3-0. El Tel Cockerell, evening, Dermo. Evening, El Tel Cockerell. Hope you're doing well, sir. And we've got another legend we've got a few legends. Gerard, you're a legend as well, man. The real N7 year. Lewis, big up, Lewis. If we lose to Ipswich, should Ange be sacked? When we're playing Ipswich?
God knows. When you playing Ipswich?
I don't know when we're playing Ipswich. Oh, we're not going to lose to Ipswich. Simple as that. I get Lewis's point. I think if we lose the next 3 games, I think then Ange is in a bit of sticky situation. I really do. If we lose the next 3 games, I think we're going to be in a lot of problems. But I don't think he will. I think he will beat Man City tomorrow night. Depends what team Pep puts out. But if we win tomorrow night, get a result up at Villa on Sunday, and get a result at Galatasaray, all that goes away. He's the greatest manager in the world again. Personally. That's me. Gerard says Spurs have spent 400 million on dirt. I slightly don't agree with that, but look, nobody can. Look, no manager can spend money right on every player is going to be a gem. There's always going to be a few duds in there. United got full of duds. I'm sorry. I got to do it. I'm sorry, Colin. Probably the smile will be wiped off my face when your players at white, aren't they? I am shocked that Chelsea don't end up in debt. Chelsea, that's a funny one for me, right? How come Chelsea have not been looked at like Man City have been looked at?
Chelsea have been looked at, just not as in depth. They've actually just recently had a fine for lack of discipline as well. Chelsea are in trouble. Chelsea are in trouble with the way the things that the world's going at the minute, the football world. They are being investigated with a lot of things.
That'd be good. Chelsea and Man City out of the Premier League. Double happy days. Gerard said Harry Bassett is on his way to Old Trafford. That's the latest, Dermo. Good up to Harry Bassett. Big up Luke Champion. The Poppy Skettering Town Football Club, established club 1872, formed, turning professional. The club gadgeted that through 12 different leagues from 1892 until they become funding members. Something I never knew.
You learn something new. Every day is a school day.
Every day is a school day. Big up, Gerald. Look at Spurs' home record, home and away, Domo. The stats don't lie. Andrew's one lucky man. If he was at Old Trafford, he would be sacked by now. Look, I think there's a difference between us and Man United. I think there's an expectation that United have to win the league. I think at Tottenham, there isn't that expectation of winning anything. And I think that's the difference. I think it comes from your board. Your board have to set the expectations, right? We want you to win a cup this year. We want you to win the Premier League. And Daniel Levy is more, well, I want you to get top four. That's it. Anything else is a bonus. Do you agree with that, Colin? Or do you think do you think that managers have to put expectations on themselves, or does it go from the very top?
No, I mean, of course it comes from the top, you know. So when season starts, they'll get told what's expected of them. So I know, like, even though he's not there no more, Ten Hag's expectation this season was a trophy and qualification to the Champions League, whether that be top four or Europa League. Like Ange's will probably be get as far as you can in the domestic cups, win the Europa League, you know, top six or something like that. I'm not saying they are his, but that might be something. But then it's up to the manager on what he wants to do. So if he wants to just go for instance, a top four finish, because that's what is expected of him, then he'll just go for a top four finish. But some managers are like, no, I want this. So, you know, it comes from the top, but managers do have their own little goals.
Yeah, look. For me, I think managing Manchester United is very different to managing Tottenham.
Yeah,
I think it is totally different. I think the expectations are different. United are used to winning leagues. They're used to winning Champions League. They're used to winning the big trophies. We're not. We haven't won a trophy since 2008, and I think that has now settled into the fabric and the fabric of the club that we don't have to win to have a successful season. Where if United don't win a trophy, it's a failure. And I don't think that's what's wrong.
I don't think it's just that as well. I think the other thing is when you're looking at managerial wise, you have to perform. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts at United. You have to perform, because if you don't, then not only have you got obviously all the Man United fans, but then you've got all the press Sky Sports, you know, any kind of newspaper article, because they slap Man United on a piece of paper, it sells, you know. And I've seen it countless times, you know, when Jose Mourinho was here, Jose, the special one, magic gun, on all this kind of stuff, you know, they slap it on there and it just adds and piles on the pressure.
But it's funny, any manager that's gone into Man United has been successful, apart from Rangnick. But Mourinho was successful. Ten Hag was successful. Louis van Gaal was successful. All right, David Moyes was. I don't think David Moyes was given enough time anyway, and I don't think he was treated very fairly anyway. He got. That's my own opinion. Maybe you're different, but I think David Moyes, for me, wasn't given a chance to prove what he could do at Old Trafford.
David Moyes. Sorry, David Moyes was the first person to put his lips on that poison chalice because he came straight after Sir Alex.
Yeah.
And the manager that came straight after Sir Alex was never going to stay in their job, ever. No. Because we had this expectation, you know, whoever this manager is coming in, he needs to be as good. And unfortunately, he wasn't given the time to prove whether or not he would be that good. And I know you said Ralph Rangnick hasn't won anything, but he wasn't there long enough either. And he's not a manager either. He's not a football manager or a coach. He's a, you know, he's a builder of clubs. He built RB Leipzig. He didn't manage. He built the club. So, yeah.
It's a bit like the ex-Liverpool manager doing when he's doing for RB now, isn't it? He's gone in.
Yeah. Jurgen Klopp. Yeah.
He's doing exactly the same thing. He's getting an awful lot of stick at the moment for that. I don't think what he's done anything wrong. I think it's more from the Dortmund fans. I think he's getting stick from more than Liverpool.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I mean, he's allowed to do what he wants. He doesn't want to come back into management. You know, he thought, you know, I've done everything I can at Liverpool. There's literally, I can't do anything else. He saw that the gap between Liverpool and Man City was starting to spread a little bit more. It was like, you know, you need somebody else now. I can't take you any further. I've set the paving stones for you. It's now you've got to get somebody else to walk them.
And Arne Slot's doing that. I think Arne Slot's doing that.
Yeah, Arne Slot's having a good start, isn't he?
He is. He really is, actually. And I'll tell you one thing, Liverpool, good to watch, actually, to be fair to them. We are going to get on about Liverpool. The real year said in 2.5 years, I think this is a very good point, actually. I think this is coming off the stream. It really is. In 2.5 years, did the players actually play for Ten Hag? I don't think they did at any stage whatsoever. I don't think they did.
No, they did. I can 100% say, yes, they did. They played for Erik Ten Hag on 3 separate occasions. One of them was 45 minutes against Crystal Palace, because we actually played some sort of Erik Ten Hag ball in his first season. So that was good. The FA Cup final and the Carabao Cup final. And that is the only times that they've actually ever played for Ten Hag.
But the rest of it, they didn't.
Yeah, the rest of it, they didn't give a crap. But those 3 times, they actually did.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, Colin's going to be watching Man United live on THFC Till I Die, may add as well, because we're doing a double header tomorrow night on this channel and the European Football Network till we are. He's going to be so all these. Yeah, he's going to be so. Who are these players? Who's Rashford? Never seen him before. Who's this player? Who's Sakaby? Who's he? Never seen him before. Jesus. Don't be surprised if De Gea comes back to the club, actually.
Oh, mate, I love it. Please.
Yeah. I can see it happening. Big up. We got DJ said Harry Bassett. We played 4-4-2. Of course, I love Harry Bassett. It's so funny. Big up to Early Doors Football TV. Big up. Hope you're doing all right. The early West Ham fan, I do respect. It is actually. He is the only West Ham fan I do respect. He's the only sensible West Ham fan. A lot of them.
We'll see. We'll see. When it comes to a topic that we're going on to later, we'll see.
Yeah. I do respect this man. He's a genuine gentleman and a legend. And everyone get over to his channel as well. It's a brilliant channel on a Sunday evening, Colin. You want to chill out and hear just some people talking good football talk and just genuine good talk. that's the channel for you. I'm actually going on there this Sunday. I don't know why he wants me on there. He wants some delusional Spurs fan, I think, to just make it a bit more. I think he's going to regret having me on, but there you go.
I've come onto your show and I regret having you on.
Yeah, but you keep coming. You're part of the
Exactly. Exactly.
Part of the fabric. Big up to Early Doors. He says Moyes got rid of all the back. I forgot about that actually.
Yeah,
He got rid of all the backward stuff. Biggest no. You never do that. Yeah, I think he cooked his goose before he even started. Big up to Moondog. Big up Moondog. Hope you're doing well. And I tell you one thing, Moondog. I still use what he sent me from the TTGD days. He sent me this thing. I will show it in the next stream we do, Colin. He got this out of Slate. And he actually put the double win inside on it. And it's brilliant. Little cup holders as well, little slate sort of put cup on. One of Glenn Hardot. What he done is amazing. I'm wondering if you do something for THFC till they die, if you can do an updated version for us, Moondog, but if you can, I would appreciate it. But he does some great stuff. I mean, stuff he's got, and it really is fantastic. Gerard, big up. He says, Damo, Spurs board had no expectations. Why did they hire Conte and Jose? Well, Conte, what do you keep looking at? You looking for your new manager?
No, I'm stretching my back out because I've got a little knot. That's why I'm shifting a little bit. I've got a knot in my back, so I'm twisting like that to try and stretch it out.
Just waiting for the crosses to come along. Yeah. Dermo. Look, for me, Jose was Levy's wet dream. He got a massive hard on when Jose Mourinho came into the stadium, and Conte was just there for Conte. I don't care what anyone says. Conte was just there for Conte. Conte needed the money. Spurs were willing to pay him the money. I do not accept this. I cannot accept this. I want the sack. He should have just come out. Please sack me. Just sack me. I mean, that's what that whole press conference thing was. I'm sorry, that press conference at Southampton, right, was please sack me. He might as well just come out and said, please sack me. I don't respect Conte, never have, never will. I think Conte's an idiot. Look forward to it being on there. So I'm looking forward to it too, man. So everyone, please get over to Early Doors Football TV, a great channel. Moondog looks like Wurzel Herbert, who comes on my show. Oh, there you go. Got Wurzel Herbert. Get to meet him. That's exciting. Look forward to meeting Wurzel Herbert. Big up Early Doors. And sorry, I disagree, says Lewis. He disagrees. This is what I love about my channel, our channel, and the opinions. Everyone can have their own opinions. Sorry, I disagree. The finals players played to win for themselves. They got more accolades than managers. This is only an opinion. Look, I get it. I get what he's saying. I can see where he's coming from.
I get what he's saying. 100%. I get what he's saying. I mean, I know for a fact players play for themselves as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just going off of obviously what I think. So I watch Manchester United every single week, and I've seen the times that they've played and performed, and then I've seen the 97% of the other time where they seem like they're still in the hotel room. And for me, it just looked like in the finals they actually gave a shit. Pardon my French, but they actually looked like they wanted to do it, and they were actually listening to Ten Hag. So that's kind of why I've said, But I fully respect his opinion, and I do see where he's coming from as well. So
yeah, I can confirm Colin does lose his shit when Man United don't play well.
Oh, mate, I do more than that.
Anyway, let's start with Friday night football. Of course, it was Leicester against Forest. A cracking game of football, actually, really was. Two of the promoted sides. But Forest came out 3-1 winners. Column, Ryan Yates, Chris Wood. Ryan Yates on the 16th minute. Chris Wood with a double, 60th minute. And Jamie Vardy, the old warhorse, on 23 minutes. It was 1-1 at half-time. The officials was great persons. Darren Bond, James Bond's brother, who cannot referee a game. And please, for the love of God, just sack the player. He cannot referee a game. Paul Turney and Harry Leonard was the assistant VAR. Do you think this is more a good result for Forest than Leicester for staying up in the Premier League?
Oh, 100%. Forest need to be winning these games. You know, they're the more established Premier League side. If we're going off recent history, you know, they are the more established one. I know Leicester have won the league more recently, but
Yeah.
I mean that's going back a while now. It's in itself. But I mean, I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights of it, and you know, trust Chris Wood to be the person that's won Forest the game, the ex-Leicester boy. You know, and he celebrated as well. So,
but look, Jamie Vardy must be the only player left out of that championship winning side. Actually, there.
No, I think they've got. I'm sure Ndidi's still there as well.
It might be
Wilfred Ndidi. I'm sure he's still playing.
But that, you know, for me, that's a great result for Forest. Really, is and Nuno is doing a cracking job up there. I have to say, fair play to him. Then, of course, we get the first games on Saturday. Villa at home to Bournemouth, 1-1. Ross Barkley in 76. But Bournemouth came in on 90 plus 6 minutes. It was nil at half-time. The referees, of course, Chris Kavanagh. Craig Person was the fourth official. Matt Donoghue was VAR. And Gerard Gillette. The closer you can get to the closer. I forget what the Gillette thing is.
The best your man can get.
Exactly. Assistant VAR. I think this is drop points for Villa. I think this is actually not. I think this is Champions League hangover. Bournemouth, they should not be drawing with Bournemouth at home. This should be 3 points for Villa. And my view, not a great game, to be fair, what I saw of it. And I think Bournemouth were lucky to get a point out of it, in my opinion.
It were a dull game, and like you said, it probably was a Champions League hangover. But I wonder if the fatigue is now starting. I know we're early on in the season, but Villa, you know, this is the first time they're back in the Champions League, and they're having to put everything they've got in those Champions League games. You know, because they haven't had an easy run. Let's be honest. You know, they played Bayern Munich, who aren't any slouch of a team in the Champions League. But yeah, I think they're very, very unlucky not to have got the 3 points, even though it weren't a great game. But you know, I'm not going to take anything away from Bournemouth either. You know, they got the job done. They needed to get a goal, and 96th minute they did. So
it's all about, isn't it? Winning your home games and picking your points up away from home, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
To be fair, and they did that, and they did that very well. But what gets me is Aston Villa should be beating these teams around them.
Yeah, they should. Really should be. They should, but you know, like I say, if you're just used to playing once a week every Saturday, or you know, the odd occasional twice a week, you can cope with that. But like I said, they're having to put so much effort into the Champions League games. And I mean, with what I've watched them play in the Champions League, and they come off the pitch and they're absolutely shattered because they ran their arse off to win the game. So, you know, I am expecting a little bit of burnout.
Just a little, we'll go back to the Premier. I want to bring up Gerard here. He says, Domo, what do you think of the miracle Stephen Kenny has performed at St. Pat's? I think he's done well, to be fair, Gerard. This for the League of Ireland. I think Stephen Kenny's not a bad manager. I just did not like what he was doing at Ireland. I just don't think he's an international manager. I think Stephen Kenny's a very good club manager, but international manager, I don't think that's his thing. And then, of course, Friday night decides the title, and it does. And it is, at the moment, Sherburn could win it. The ex-Ireland player, manager, what's his fucking name? His name's going out of me. They are, all they need is a win on Friday, and they are the championship. So, Shamrock Rovers in second, St. Pat's on third. Derry City have had a good season in fourth. Galway City in fifth. Sligo Rovers on sixth. Waterford in seventh. Bohemians in eighth. Drogheda United in ninth. And Dunkirk, I think, will be relegated. Win 10th. Also, just a little thing about my county. My little county of Wexford. I shall get that up now. We were in the playoff final yesterday. I will try to find the result of that.
And they lost 17-2.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. If I can find the result of that. Anyway, yeah, we're away to Cork City on Friday at 7:45 at Turner's Cross. I don't know if we won. Gerard, could you let me know how Wexford got on? I think that they were 1-0 down. And I forgot. I was listening to it. I just couldn't. I got into doing something else.
You drew 0-0 yesterday.
Yeah, that's us out. We were in the
you
playoff
lost 1-0. Yeah, you lost 1-0 in aggregate.
Yeah. I know we got to the semi-finals of like the equivalent of the FA Cup, the Irish version. We got to the semi-final of that as well. So
look who are at top of the league.
We're in Ireland.
Yeah, in the League of Ireland First Division.
Yeah, Sherburn. Cork City.
No.
Oh, you fuckers! Absolute fuckers.
First Division, Cork.
Yeah, you're going into the Premier League. You're going into the big boys next season.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Do you know what? We should have done the Cork City Wexford game, actually. We missed a trick there.
Well, we did. We did.
We actually, Damien Duff, that's it. I couldn't think of his name.
Duffy.
Yeah, he's done absolutely fantastic at Sherburn. And they're going to win the league. So, look, we are going to, in the summer, starting next summer, we are going to cover all the League of Ireland stuff. It's something we were meant to do this season, but we just never got round of it because the Irish League runs in the summer when the Premier League doesn't. We actually are going to cover it quite extensively. We're going to do every Friday night. We're going to do watch-alongs. We're going to do pre-match, and the three of us, or four of us, are going to pick a team each to follow in the League of Ireland. I know who Colum's going to pick because there's one team already. I will be following my team Wexford, but I'll have to pick a team in the Premier League to follow, and then we'll get Boris and we'll get Tequila to pick team as well, and we'll follow them. But yeah, do you know, Irish soccer's in a good place at the moment. It really is, and just need the FAI to fucking just put more money into it, and get a national team right. We said since we got rid of legend since we got rid of legend in Steve Perriman, our club has declined. No club should cut ties with their history. No, I agree with that, Lewis, 100%. Absolute 100%. Forest will stay up by a country mile, says Gerard. All three promoted teams are getting straight back down, says Chris. That's interesting. Sherburn, Damien Duff. I just couldn't think of his name. And Bournemouth showing there are no mugs. Nope, they are not. Right, we're cracking on. We're going on to this. Was a cracker of a game. Really love watching this. Watched the highlights. Really enjoyed it. Good day for Irish as well. Sam Smedix getting on the score sheet as well. So that was good to see from an Irish point of view. But Brentford in the last seconds of the game get the winner. I feel sorry for Ipswich because Ipswich play some good football. I think they've done well in the transfer market, and I hope they stay up. But what a cracker of a game. And fair play to both sides. Good, open football match. And that's all you want. That's the Premier League in a nutshell. If somebody wants to know what the Premier League is in a nutshell, there, 4-3. That's your game. And also the referee was Lewis Smith, Robert Jones, Peter Banks and Neil Davis were the match officials. So only 17,000 at the Brentford Stadium. Colin, look, let's start with Ipswich. Look, I like Ipswich. I've got a soft spot for them. But I think they will go straight back down, sadly. But I hope they don't.
Yeah, no, I think Ipswich are going to go down. I mean, I've got a soft spot for Ipswich. Obviously, one of our ex-guys is the manager there, McKenna. They play some really nice football. It's actually really nice to see, because a lot of teams will just, sit at the back, play very deep and try and hit on the counter. But Ipswich actually do play some really nice football. I feel like they did deserve to get the point, to be honest. But yeah, it's fine margins in the Premier League, unfortunately.
It is. And then look, Clark 90 points, another late winner as well. So fair play to them. And Brentford got the 4 points. So I like Brentford. Brentford play some good. See, I always thought Thomas Frank might get the Man United job. He was always, I like Thomas Frank as a manager, actually. I wouldn't mind him at Tottenham one day.
I was an advocate for Thomas Frank to take the United job. You know, I wouldn't have been upset about it.
Now, here's Brighton against Wolves. Of course, Evan Ferguson, another Irish man, getting on the score sheet. So a good weekend for the Irish people. Danny Welbeck on 45 minutes. Then we had 2 goals then from Forest late on 88 and 90.3. The match officials was Michael Oliver, Gavin Ward, Graham Scott, and Adrian Holmes. 31,000, of course, at the American Express Stadium in Brighton. Is this more of a game of Brighton more throwing it away than Wolves sort of coming back into it? I think for me, when I saw the game and I watched the highlights, I thought, Brighton threw that away a little bit. To go 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go plus injury time, no team should have a divine right to get back into it. And I think Wolves did to Brighton what they did to us when we went 2-0 up against them, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when Brighton were 2-0 up, you thought, wow, it's another 3 points. Brighton don't tend to throw leads away too often. But I'll give credit to Wolves. They've kept fighting and fighting and fighting. So yeah, I think Brighton just took the foot off the pedal.
Yeah. The Wolves manager's under an awful lot of pressure as well, and he could be in there. See, that with Ten Hag being sacked, it starts a domino effect now. It gets the monkey of all the teams back. Right, one's gone. So we're not the first to do it. He's under a lot of pressure, but I think Wolves will give him time, Gary O'Neill. I think he will get time at Wolves. There was reports that David Moyes could be taken over if Gary O'Neill gets sacked. I don't think he will. I think Wolves will give him time to turn it around personally.
I hope so, because Gary O'Neill is actually a good manager. It's just unfortunate, they've not had a great start, really. He turned it around for him when he came in. So
yeah. A future England manager? Gary O'Neill?
Oh, I don't know. That's a bit of a push. I think at the moment we'll have to see how he progresses in the future. I suppose.
Yeah, but he is a great young manager. Then this one really shocked me, and I said it to you before the start. I just expected Man City to batter Southampton. They didn't. They won 1-0. Of course, the freak scored after 5 minutes. I mean, that fella just scores for fun. We've got Tony Harrington was the referee. The fourth official was Sam Allison, not Sam Allardyce, as a lot of people thought. We've got David Coote was the VAR, and Simon Long, not Michael Long out of Knight Rider, was the assistant VAR. And there was nobody at the Etihad at all. As you can see, it was played in front of a zero crowd that had dummies in the crowd instead of fans.
That's a typical City game.
Yeah, it was a typical City game. It was played in front of dummies. Look, I don't think Man City are the same team after have been past 4 years. I don't think they're going to win the league this year myself. I don't think they're going to win anything. I think they just want to win another Champions League. Do you feel all this FFP stuff is now starting to creep into the manager and the team as well?
No, I don't think it is. I think the biggest issue is at the moment for City is there's no De Bruyne and there's no Rodri. They're having to play Kovacic as the Rodri, and he can't play that role. No. I don't think there's anybody in the Premier League that can play the Rodri role like Rodri does. And they are two of the key players. I mean, you look at it and it's like, okay, 1-0. Southampton, did very, very well and stuff. And yeah, okay, they did. But when you actually look at the stats, 22 shots were taken by City. 8 of them were on target. They had 57% possession. The passing accuracy, though, I will give Southampton massive credit for this. The passing accuracy from Southampton was 90%.
Jesus.
That is fantastic.
It
How many
is.
teams do you know that have 90% passing accuracy against Manchester City?
I can't think of any. Not
This is
even
what I
us.
mean. This is what I mean. You know, Southampton were lucky it was only 1-0. But, you know, I think they did play well. So big props to them.
I just want to bring up this comment by Gerard, which I did giggle when you put it up. And it is true, though, to be fair. I don't even you can deny this one. Shamrock Rovers are doing better than Man United in Europe, and have you spent 500,000?
Yeah. It's all right. Wait till this man here. Wait till this man starts.
Yeah, I giggle with a big one, Gerard. I love that one. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Wait to that. But anyway, that was then. Then, of course, we've got this one from Everton. Again, another late goal for Everton. Beto, after 4 minutes into injury time. Alex Wawombi on 61 minutes, 38,000, of course, the last season at Goodison Park. The referee was John Brooks, Lee Doherty, Stuart Atwell, and Constantina Hazardiduza was the assistant VAR. Try and saying that when you're drunk.
Try saying it when you're sober.
Yeah, I just totally. If you are watching, I do apologise for killing your name. And of course, that was a boring game, a boring result. And I don't know. I just think it was just a fair result, I think, on the day, to be fair. Yeah,
both teams. It wasn't a massively fantastic game, to be fair.
No.
And I understand, obviously, it's an important point, very important point for Everton. And Beto, I mean, the way he celebrated his goal, it was like he's just won the Champions League or something. It were crazy. I was like, oh, well, okay. But it's passion. I actually enjoyed it. It's passion. So, yeah, I like that.
I feel sorry. Sorry, I do apologise. I feel sorry for the Everton fans because they've been through hell. And they're going into this new stadium next season, possibly playing in the Championship. It could happen.
I don't think
no. But that was the last game of the Saturdays because we're going down to Sunday. We've got the first game of the Sunday games. Chelsea beaten Newcastle 2-1. Nicholas Jackson after 18, Cole Palmer 47, Alex Isaac under 32. Of course, the match officials were Simon Hooper, Robert Jones, Gerard Gillette, again was on VAR, and then Ian Hussein. No jokes there. I'm not going to say anything about his surname. I'm not going to say nothing about who he might be related to. Nothing like that at all. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. This is a complete face. Keeping it straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking, though, don't you?
Yeah. Be a good boy.
Yeah, I was thinking he was related to Mickey Mouse. Anyway. Of course, nobody turned up at Stamford Bridge. Again, full of penguins were at Stamford Bridge to watch that game. I'm not going to talk about Chelsea because I just don't like Chelsea and I think they're a waste of time and I don't want to talk about them. Newcastle, they are falling off a cliff. Should the manager be worried about his job?
I think so. They're owned by an oil tycoon state who want something for all the money that they've spent. So, yeah, I think he has to be worried. But it's about right as well, you know. Yeah. Like any manager should be worried if they've had that much, if they've had money spent on them and they're not performing. I know you don't want to talk about Chelsea. I'm not actually going to talk about Chelsea, but I am going to say, you know, Cole Palmer. Yeah. I mean, what a player! What a player Cole Palmer is.
I love watching Cole Palmer play. I actually do. Even if he's playing for England and England are playing, I'll just watch it for him because he's such a joy to watch. He really is such a talent.
Yeah, he literally. Like, I watched the interview he did as well after the game. And you can see he just doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be interviewed. He just wants to play his football, and that's all he cares about.
he seems a humble lad, a
He is.
really down to earth, humble, genuine human being. And I got nothing but respect for him. I don't think he goes into the flashy side of football. I don't think he wants to know about that. By the way, very quickly, I forgot to mention it with Man City. Rodri did get the Ballon d'Or last night. Real Madrid boycotted it. Do you think that was the right decision by Real Madrid, or do you think that's just Real Madrid being Real Madrid?
Yeah, of course it's the right decision. How has Rodri won the Ballon d'Or? How? Really?
Yeah.
I can think of 3 players that perform better. You know,
Yes.
Vinicius Junior is one of them.
Mbappe.
Mbappe, and you could put Erling Haaland up there.
Yeah, you could do actually. You could actually put Harry Kane in that bracket for
Yeah,
what
you could put Harry Kane. Yeah, you could put Harry Kane. Do you know what I mean? How has Rodri won it?
I think that's a good. I think that's a good topic for a podcast. Actually, is that Ballon d'Or rigged? And I think it is. I think it's rigged. Of course, it's rigged. Just go quickly through the rest of these guys. Of course, 1-0. We lost to Crystal Palace. Of course, we did the watch along. I can sum this game up in 3 words: toothless, spineless, and bottleless. To be fair, Crystal Palace deserved 3 points. They outbattled us. They outfought us. They outthought us. No Tottenham player deserves anything from this game whatsoever. I do have my team ratings here, guys, so I will bring them up. These are my ratings for the players. I give Vicario 6 just because he turned up. And the rest of them get 5 because the rest of them were damn right useless. You would have thought Romero and Van de Ven never played together before. Destiny and Porro, I've never seen them so pushed back in a game in my life. Basuma, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was still thinking what he was going to do on Saturday night. What he did do. Kulu and Madison looked like 2 lost little children in the middle of a playground. I feel sorry for Mikey Moore making his debut, the youngest Tottenham player to make his debut in Premier League history, 17 years of age, richly deserved. I feel sorry for him. Brennan Johnson, why, Brennan? You make my job supporting you so hard. You had such a great run, and then now you go missing. And Dom Solanke. He really is Dom Solanke because he's not scoring. And I'm glad you're finding this funny. And as for the substitutes as well, Papa Sarr, I don't know where he went. He didn't come on. He just disappeared. Bentancur, I don't know what he did. He just come on and just for the numbers. And Timo Werner. Right, I'm going to say this now. For the love of God, for anything that is holy, if God is a Tottenham fan and he's looking down, please, for the love of God, just tell Werner to go back to Germany and stay there. We don't want him. He is useless. He is more than useless. He is super useless. On my rant, what do you think of the game, Colin?
I don't know what went wrong, honestly, because you were bullied.
We were.
You were I mean, I said it obviously in the chat before, whilst you were live. You know, if you let them bully you, they'll bully you. And if you mess up once and they score, that's it. They'll just defend for the rest of that game. You know, they'll put a low block in, and you won't be able to get past them. And that's exactly what they did. I feel so sorry for Moore. So sorry, because out of every game, you could have given him his debut. I know, obviously, needs must, and he needs to get game time. But to go to Selhurst Park as your first game, a very hostile crowd, you know, they're on top of you in that stadium. There is no escape. You know, I know professional players can deal with it, but, you know, I had to feel sorry for the lad. I really did. He's got talent, and I think, obviously, this game won't affect him in the long run. But yeah, I think a better game would have sufficed a lot more, I think. I think Romero, I think his eyes are looking at the white jersey of Madrid, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Gerard, Gerard's just said it as well. I think that's where his head is at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Porro's head might be turned, if I'm going to be honest with you, because you've been reading recently, he's now being linked with City to replace Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
I know that's where it's come from, so he might not want to go back, but again, you just don't know. You just don't know. I think there's a lot of expectation on Dominic Solanke, because obviously you need somebody to score the goals. Brennan Johnson's just hit and miss, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Bad game, Colin. It was a bad performance. It was a worse performance under Ange. There was no fight, no nothing, and we got bullied. We got bullied like it's like going into the school ground and being bullied by the bullied. I mean, what does Rocky say? Rocky says you got to take the hits and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. We just got hit once and we just stood there, just keep hitting us. Didn't I? Yeah. Palace never won a game all season. And I'm thinking, I'm watching the game Sunday thinking, how's this team not won a game all season?
We played them.
Yeah,
we've played them already.
I know. It's just absolute. James Maddison for me I'm scratching my head with him.
I think it's time for Maddison to step aside.
I do. But look, I don't know how many changes he's going to make for tomorrow night's game. I will tomorrow morning put out a predicted lineup for that game, guys. So that will be out in the morning for you. I am going to make changes. The changes I will make, and I will say this now. Rudu for me starts. Archer Gray starts. Bentancur, Sarr, and Bergville start, and Richie starts instead of Solanke. They're the changes I will make. Look, that's enough about Spurs. I don't want to talk anymore about it because that game really just pisses me off. Now,
from one game to another.
We had it. Oh, can I just add? The officials should be investigated for corruption, especially that Darren Bond. I think every official from every single game on Sunday should be investigated. Yeah, right. Okay. I just got through the normal. West Ham did beat Man United 2-1. West Ham, of course, went to lead on the 74th minute. Casemiro equalised in 81. Gerard Bourne then scored a penalty, which wasn't a penalty. There shouldn't be a penalty, but was a penalty. Column is still trying to come down from that. The officials were David Coote, Thomas Bramwell, Michael Oliver, your favourite referee, your favourite VAR person of the whole wide world. I know he's on your Christmas list.
Oh, yeah.
And Stuart Burr. And again, nobody turned up at West Ham. Mind you, they couldn't see them because they're so far away from the stadium that they're using binoculars to watch the game. The only decent, as I said, early doors is the only one I respect. But please tell me early doors, why do grown men like playing with bobbles and Barney the dinosaur? Please tell me that. I don't get it. Breaking news, Barney the dinosaur is now missing in Soho with a girl called Camilla. And our mascot's with him. So if you do see Tottenham's mascot and Barney the dinosaur, can you please send them back to their respective clubs? Thank you very much. Go on. Talk us through the game. Oh, I will bring up the VAR, why it was overturned.
I'll get to that in a minute.
I think that's the only talking point of the game.
No, I'll get to that in a minute. Man United should have had this game wrapped up at halftime. It's as simple as that. I think we hit the crossbar twice in the first half. Yeah. The side netting 3 times. You know, we could have been 3-4 up at halftime. West Ham just didn't have a clue how to deal with what we were doing at that point in time. And then West Ham did some absolutely amazing tactician and bringing on the Crescencio Somerville, and he was prolific. Everything, mate. He was ridiculous. He ran us ragged. and he got his goal. Casemiro got the equaliser, good header. I think it was actually, he flicked it on from a header from Xerxes, who tried to flick it in the net and it was going wide. So thankfully Casemiro was there. And then let's get down to the elephant in the room. Jared Bowen scoring a penalty in the 92nd minute which was never a penalty, never a fucking penalty in a million years. The referee did not award the penalty at all. It was VAR that overturned it. It was never a penalty. It's a coming together. I've literally, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Man United fan. Micah Richards on Match of the Day said it. He's a Manchester City fan.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer has said it.
Yeah.
Gary Neville has said it. I know what Gary Neville's going to say it anyway.
Gary Lineker even said
Gary
it.
Lineker has said it. Everybody has said it has never been a penalty in its life.
Yeah. I do you watch their podcast, Lineker, Shearer, and Richards? It's a very good podcast, by the way. I love watching it. Now, this was VAR's reason for doing it. I will read it out. I won't let Colin read it out because I know Colin will be beeps in there. So, to save him getting mad and red, because I can see his face is red, I can see him ready to turn it into the Hulk. The referee did not award the penalty to West Ham for challenge by De Ligt on Ings. Great, fine. The VAR deemed there was significant contact on Ings' lower leg, recommended an on-the-field review. The referee overturned his original decision and awarded the penalty. Colin, how long between the referee saying no and the penalty given? How long went by?
God knows how, mate. Honestly, so from that happening, Man United managed to stop the attack, obviously, clear the ball, go up to the other end of the pitch, West Ham clear it, Man United get it back, and then go on another attack before they turn around and said, go check VAR. So there were probably about 45 to, I'd say, 2.5 minutes of play, give or take. There's probably not towards the back end, but there was a very big period of time. And the thing that annoys me, Dermo, that annoys me is if you actually watch it, the ball hits the ground and bounces up.
I know.
Two players are going for it. What are they meant to do? Both players are going to go for it. Of course, there's going to be contact. It's a contact sport.
I know.
You know.
I
mean, if we're giving penalties, for that, there's going to be a million penalties every single game.
I think football's dead if they're doing that now. But imagine if United scored, right? Got a winner, right? That would have been chalked off, and they would have gone back and gave the penalty. Can you imagine the United fans in that stadium? Look, I'm not trying to say, please don't think, I think there's no room for violence in football. There isn't. But do you know what I'm getting at? They would have been absolute uproar.
No, they would have been on the pitch.
Yeah.
Guaranteed they would have been on the pitch. I mean, see, the thing that annoys me so much is they've turned around and said, the on-field call is what we're going to stick by.
Yeah.
VAR will not get involved unless it's a clear and obvious error. There was nothing clear and obvious. There was nothing clear and obviously wrong at all. And they've gone, oh no, go and have a look. And because it's referee union, we got to stick together because we're all friends, huh? He's gone, I totally agree with you. You're right. I'm going to back my friend. Instead of going by his normal decision saying, no, I was right there. It's not a penalty. Let's just carry on with the game.
Look, I want to do a show on this on VAR. I think with how long's VAR been in for now? Oh,
God knows how long. But, the thing that annoys me is, Dermo, VAR, the whole system is not a bad system.
It's not.
It's not.
It's run properly.
We just don't have people that run it properly. That's what it is. It's working amazingly in the La Liga. In La Liga, it's spot on. In America, it's spot on.
Spot on.
Why is it? It's awful here. This is what I mean. It's just awful here.
We cannot even get the offside rule.
Semi-automated offside rule, yeah.
Yeah, we can't even get that in properly. And it's been run all over Europe, the Premier League. Oh, we'll get it in sometime.
Yeah. And how hard is it, though? But, Dermo, how hard is it, yeah? I mean, me and you could watch a game as VAR officials.
Yeah.
And somebody score a goal when checking it for offside.
Yeah.
It's not going to take us, like, a minute and a half to 3 minutes to draw some lines on this screen.
We should do that, We actually should do that. If we could do that, I would love to do that. Watch a game as VAR officials, you and me, and actually see how we see the game to how VAR see it. I actually would love to do that. We should do that, Colin, actually. I think that would be a very good experiment, actually.
It'd be good, but it'd be hard to do because we ain't got the right angles, unfortunately.
Oh, no, we'll find a way. We always do. Of course, the last game, of course, on Sunday, of course, the half-4 kickoff was the big one, Arsenal against Liverpool. Bobby would have been absolutely dancing around his Wolves chairmanship room. We all know Bobby owns Wolves. We all know when he does his watch-alongs, he does it from his chairman's office in Wolves.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't do watch-alongs when Wolves play.
Yeah, because he's actually... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some say Bobby is the Wolves owner. Some also say he also is behind Arteta. At Arsenal, he is the owner of Arsenal. Who knows? But
some say Bobby is Jose Sarr.
Yeah, but all we know is called Bobby from Full Time Sports Network. Big up Bobby if you're watching, by the way. I know he's been under a lot of stress and a lot of workload as well. Boy, Zoom, bless him. So if you are watching, Bobby, look, catch up to you soon. Look, just very quickly, 60,000 at the Emirates. Saka give us lead. Arsenal went then Virgil van Dijk. That man's amazing for me. He's a great defender. I think he's a great footballer. Equalised on 18th. Arsenal took the lead in 43. Then Mohamed Salah, who gave up playing under Jurgen Klopp, has now come back with no hair and scoring goals for fun on the 81 minutes. Fair result, I think, at the end of the day. But I did say before the show started, and I'm going to finish it, as I said to you in the back room, I think this will see Arsenal's... I think this will be the point that will make Arsenal not win the league this season.
You say fair result. I say robbed. And Arsenal were robbed. Because they had their winning goal chalked off for a foul when it wasn't a foul.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
He's gone up. He's out-jumped the player. Yeah. And the referees blew his whistle. Not a single, but bear in mind, not a single Liverpool player was calling for the foul. They carried on playing.
Yeah.
Arsenal were robbed. And once again, I hate it because we're fucking talking about it all the time. Awful officiating.
Yeah. As you can see, I haven't even bothered putting the officials up because they were that bad. I think this is just me just now. Games that... look, the Premier League as a whole is a great concept, but I think it's just VAR thing. This is, of course, the Premier League, the top 8. Man City are top of the league, of course, a point clear of Liverpool. Arsenal in 3rd on 18. Villa in 4th on 18. Chelsea 5th, 17. Brighton in 6th on 16. Nottingham Forest 7th on 16. Tottenham 3 points behind Forest and Brighton. 4 points behind Chelsea. 5 points behind Aston Villa and Arsenal. Man City unbeaten. They've won their last 3 of the last 5. Liverpool's well unbeaten in the last 5. Arsenal 1 defeat in the last 5. Villa, another good run in the last 5 as well. Chelsea 1 defeat in the last 5. Brighton 1 defeat in the last 5. Forest 1 defeat in the last 5 as well. Tottenham own 2 defeats in the last 5. If you're looking at that league now, and with the FFP that's going on at the moment, Man City, I've said it before and I'll probably say it again till the season ends. Does it need another team to win the league for the Premier League to look like a proper league? Would it be bad for the Premier League and Man City won the league and then they were expelled from the Premier League as champions.
I mean, yeah, of course it'll look bad, but we can't just take away from the fact that it's Man City. They're the dominant force in the Premier League. There's no two ways about it. Whether they've got there legally or illegally, they're still putting the performances out on the pitch every single week. I don't want them to win it. Of course I don't. To be fair, I don't want 1 or 2 to win it currently. I'd much prefer number 3 or number 4 to do it. But now, as much as I keep saying, I keep trying to will it into existence that somebody else wins it, someone like Arsenal. I know that's not going to go down well on this channel, but I just don't want to see City win it again.
No, I think it's a 2-horse race myself between City and Liverpool. Personally, I don't think Arsenal will win it. Personally, I don't think. But look, what do I know? Look, that was the Premier League review. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's something that we are going to tweak with it. We are going to make it better. We are going to put more stuff into it. But again, apologies for no show last night. The pre-match was supposed to be tonight. This week's been a bit cocked up because of the mic issue, so I do apologise. Colin, thank you so much for coming on. I know we're going to be doing more shows together. I think we're doing the Premier League preview on Friday as well. I think we're going to see, can we get Boris come in and that, or we're going to get Rebel to come in as well, another Man United fan to give it. And we're trying to get other fans on as well for these Premier League reviews and previews. Apart from being on here, sir, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you?
No, it's always a pleasure to be on Talking Football with you, Dermo. Yeah, you can find me over on Full Time Sports Network, or you can find me right here on the MUFC Spotlight channel, which is my Man United channel. And also, even though we've done absolutely nothing on it, don't tell everybody, you can find me on Double Done Gaming as well when we actually do stuff on Double Done Gaming. I know every single time I've come on this show, I've gone, we're going to do something. We've got a podcast. We're going to do something. We're going to do something. Guys, we're going to do something. I promise. I promise.
I don't know I think we might do something during the week, actually. Might even do something Friday night, actually.
God knows. God knows. But we are going to. But I'm telling you, we're going to do something.
I was doing on there my Premier League Road to Glory.
Yes. I did tune in once or twice on it and saw you got sent off.
Yeah.
But that's just demo.
Yeah, that's just me. Listen, thank you all for watching. We're back tomorrow. What's the day tomorrow? Tomorrow is
Wednesday.
Game day. We've got Tottenham Team Talk. We've got the watch along, and we've got post-match live, of course, tomorrow as well. Thursday, we've got the post-match show. We'll be doing that at 8. Friday, we've got the Premier League review with me and Colin. And then Saturday, Spurs. When Man United playing?
We've got Chelsea on Sunday.
We're playing Sunday as well. So Saturday, we may do an around the grounds. We may do look, I want to talk about VAR. So me and Colin will talk about it in the background. We'll talk about it in the next few days. We may do something about VAR because I think that needs to be talked about. And we're seeking to get a few people on as well to join us, make it into a bit of a debate. And then, of course, Sunday, we've got Tottenham Team Talk. We've got the watch along, and we've got post-match live. And of course, then on Sunday evening, I am on Early Doors TV, so I'm looking forward to making my debut on then. And then, of course, Monday, it all kicks off again with more games as we go into November, and it all goes more Europa League stuff, Premier League games. So, but everyone, thank you so much for watching.
And the FA Cup begins.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. Who's Donny got?
Donny are away to Barrow.
Well, I might even cover that one.
But we just won. We won today. We just won today.
Oh, well done.
We beat Barnsley 3-1.
We are, as you can see, on 1,937. We would love to get to 2K before Christmas. It really would mean a lot to me, Colin, Tequila, and Boris as well. But I want to finish this stream on a sort of positive note. Please, in the comments, if you can, and in the comments after the stream, probably in here as well, can you please send your best wishes to Colin Tequila? He is in hospital at the moment. Not very well. He has got COVID. So please, everyone, wish him a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to have you back, Stig. We miss you on this channel. We miss the Stig. So we'll leave it there. Do you want to say anything else about that?
Yeah, obviously, if you are watching, buddy, just rest up. You know, we're all here for you. You need anything, just give us a call. So hope you get well soon, mate.
And look, I have said to him, come see me. You know, we've got lots of good things coming up. So get better. We've got lots of fun coming up. Me and Colin have a little surprise for you when you're better.
I hope it's not what we were talking about earlier.
It is, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. We won't say what we were talking about earlier.
No. On that bombshell.
On that bombshell. But Gerard said it's a great show. Thanks, Colin. And totally enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Gerard.
This show is going to be tweaked. It will be tweaked, and it will be made a lot shorter and a bit more in depth.
A bit more streamlined.
Yeah, your new show's coming out as well. Tottenham's Tactics show's going to start coming in, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it's going to start coming in. I would have done it yesterday, but again, you know, we've had that many technical issues.
Yeah. So
apologies for that one.
Hopefully my mic is working. I'm using an old mic and I've got some AirPods, Bluetooth. But hopefully my sound was okay. But whatever you do, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Look after each other. I normally say, come on, you Spurs, and big Andrew trust, but I think we should send out Tequila. Get well soon, mate. We're all thinking of you. Come on. We need Tottenham State back. And come on, Ten Hag. In him we trust.
He's been sacked.
I know, I just wanted to say it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Poor old Ten Hag.